Yo, welcome back to another episode of On the Spot Sports. I'm Jack, and today's episode we're joined by a very special guest, current defenseman for the Breckenridge Vipers in the Mountain Hockey League, Colton Francemone. He is playing with the Breckenridge Vipers in the Mountain Hockey League, the previously the MWHL as well. But before that, he spent a game with the Watertown Wolves in the Federal Prospects Hockey League. That's where I first met him, and he's been in the army, stationed over there. He's stationed over there. So it's a good time to get you on. I know you went to Lemoyne College for a year as well in the ACHA before obviously playing semi-pro and pro for a little bit. So I'm excited to get you on. So welcome to the show, Colton Francemone.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. I love the podcast, and I know your fans like you talk about your own career and how you progress, but I like talking to you and I like watching your stuff because I think we're both similar in that our paths are like extremely unconventional.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't I wouldn't say it was written in the cards by any means. You were a forward and then decided I want to be a goalie, and then like seven years later you're playing pro in it. So and with record numbers in the APHL, number one goalie. So it's a super encouraging story. I'm pretty similar in that regard, where it definitely was not something that I saw coming. But yeah, met you in Watertown. So yeah, man, that's really cool. It's really cool to see how much like how you've continued to thrive in your career
Yeah.
and go through
I
that. So it's
yeah,
pretty awesome.
I appreciate that. And like yeah, like this whole podcast is just about telling other people's stories, but like obviously at the end of the year, like I throw my stuff in just to see my progress, and it's better to get your stuff out there too, like your story, and just like be like I set this goal and like I achieved this goal at the end of the year, and like it just helps prove to everyone that if you set a goal, you can chase it and you can go for it. And like it's cool to hear other people's stories like yourselves, especially the ones that are unconventional and not the same
Yeah.
path like everyone else is. So it's awesome to get you on, and I'm excited to dive into your career a little bit here.
Yeah. Yeah. So I didn't play anything remarkable, a little bit of USPHL growing up. High school, wasn't a stud in high school by any means. Got a little bit of ice time here and there, a couple goals. And then men's league, right? And then I graduated from Syracuse University. I'm sorry, through Lemoyne University, and I commissioned through Syracuse University. The Army has a program with them. So after about a year, I was like, the Army's consuming all my time. We're gonna have to hang them up, you know. So
Yeah.
that was it for me. Committed to the Army fully, all my time, school and Army, commission. And my first duty station was in Georgia, Savannah, Georgia. And it ain't like it used to be. There's a ECHL team there, the Ghost Pirates.
Yeah.
That was before that. So there was no hockey in that area. So I went there, immediately deployed, came back from the deployment about a year now. So we got 3 years of college in that year. I haven't touched ice now in 4 years. But I loved the game, followed it, like kept up with it. I had some friends who climbed through the ranks a little bit, so I maintained communication with them. I lived my dream vicariously through them. But after after being in Savannah for like another year after that, so now we're at 5 years. I was like, man, I got to get back on the ice.
Yeah.
And I remember in school, like when you were like a kid growing up, you're like, hey, what do you want to do when you grow up? You're like, I want to play in the NHL. You're like, yeah, you should think of some other goals, buddy.
Yeah.
And so I changed my goal to I'll always continue to play hockey. I always want to play. Keeps me young, even though sometimes it beats me up, even like right there, and it makes me feel old.
Doesn't at
So
all.
yeah, so I decided I wanted to play like men's league and get back on the ice. The closest rink I could find was in Jacksonville, Florida. That's like a 2 hour drive. So I found a men's league that was like Thursday nights, and then Friday, I had to be at PT for work at 6:30 in the morning. You got to be in 6:15, got to be in formation. So I was leaving. I had like a 9:30 men's league game in Jacksonville. So I went, did that, and I would drive 2 hours. I'd get back home at 2 in the morning, get my sleep, and go to work at 6:15, be in formation. Where I was a platoon leader there back at Third ID at Stewart in Savannah. So I did that for the rest of the time I was there. It was a haul. I actually bought like a burner or like a beater car, like 300,000 mile van on it, so I could like bring it down, so I wasn't taking the wife's ride, and so I had a 1 year old or one two yeah 2.5 year old at the time, so started playing, falling back in love with it, staying on the ice, and I felt like I was better after 5 years of not playing and just like working out and running than I was when I like committed my whole life to it in high school. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I don't know what it was. Maybe I just grew up a little bit, but I definitely didn't. I definitely didn't peak till I was like 26. So it's 27. So, uh, so I kept playing. They was like they did some military like joint event with the Icemen down there,
Hmm.
like a what would you call it? It's like a charity event where you play with some of them, and it's like an
Yeah.
exhibition game. Obviously, no contact. You're screwing around, and all the money went to like the Warriors or something like that. And so I was playing with them, and I was seeing them play. And I was like, man, they're like these guys are really good, but like the dream's still there. And I was like, what 24 at the time. I think I can do it. Maybe I don't know. So then you actually skate with them, and you're on the ice, and you're like, hell no, these guys are fast. So um, I just kept playing men's league, got new skates and stuff like that, and fast forward a few years, I get moved to Fort Lee in Virginia, outside of Richmond. There, lived there, played men's league in that area. Again, just men's league, playing once a week, no training. Um, Kept falling in love with it. They were talking about aspirations of that Fed team in Virginia, and everyone, people were like, oh, maybe we could do it, maybe I could do it. Um, and then when I was in Virginia, I got locked in for my next assignment, which was Fort Drum, New York, right outside
Yeah.
Watertown. And so when I was there, I was like, yeah, there's a division team, like a technically non-affiliated like men's league team for the
Yeah.
division, and so started playing there, and they play at the arena, the Wolves Arena, right there in Watertown. I mean, the only rink, right in
Yeah.
Watertown. So um,
Well,
started playing that, and then I made friends with Penner. I met Penner, right, and they were doing this. What was it, like a camp
yeah.
event? And I was like playing at the rink already. And I was like, yeah, it's free ice time. You can go feel it out, feel the vibes. And I met like Trey. Remember Trey Bruggerman?
Yeah.
That dude's a beast. I love that dude. So
He played for
so
Breck
I
too.
became friends with him there. Started, went through that camp. It was like 2 or 3 games, couple practices. I skated with him, um, and then I that's where I really like met Beaker, who was the coach then of Verbeek, and then
What a
and
legend.
Penner, and then uh, Tyler, the owner back then. So
Yeah.
we had a good relationship with them. And I started for work. Yeah, Fort Drum, if you haven't been there, there's nothing there. It's cold wasteland. It's if you hike, cool. If you ski, cool. If you don't,
Yeah.
you gotta hike 2 hours down the dark, winding road to get to Syracuse, and then go hang out there. And that's not even a great. I mean, there's not too much there either. It's a college town, so
Yeah.
um, so there's always problems. There's mental health uh, concerns that need to be addressed. So trying to get the soldiers out in the environment. I was a commander at this time, and so like, hey, there's this professional hockey league out here. We can go to games. So I started working with them initially to try to get tickets, like bulk tickets. So we could drive soldiers out to the games. They can go have some fun, and then drive back, get like chartered buses. And so that was the initial plan. So we ended up coming up with an idea for like military appreciation night. So I was coordinating that as from like a administrative perspective. Then Penner was like, "Why don't you suit up?" I was like, "All right, man, let's do it."
Not a
So
bad idea.
yeah, that's great. So signed that celebrity contract initially, how that started, and then suited up for that celebrity game. Um, Great game, great team. I love
Yeah.
that team. Schmitty, Lord, Hemming, like they're all great. Everyone on that team was Pav. It's a great group of guys, and it's awesome to see where they've gone in their career. Oh, Leeson,
Yeah. We can't
yeah,
forget about
yeah,
Lisa.
yeah. Great group of guys, and they knew like, hey, I've been on the ice couple, maybe a dozen times in the last 6 years, like, and they're like, don't worry about it, and they were working with me. So before the celebrity game, I started doing practices with them. We did that celebrity game. Good game. I think we lost. I think 5-3 maybe.
Yeah.
That was a good game. That's where I met you. Those practices in there, and then after that, they're like, "Why don't you come like stay around?" practices, emergency play, whatever. So that was coordinated with Penner and Beaker. So I I went to games like on a hey maybe, I lived right in the area, and then dressed for practices and just maintained a group with or maintained a relationship with
Yeah.
most people in that group. Like I was talking to Schmidt a couple days ago about his experience that he just escaped over in Topeka. So
Yeah.
it was a great environment, and that really like lit the fire. Like, hey, they're ahead of where I am, but I've been on the ice 12 times in however many years. So
Yeah.
I think I can train it. I can keep doing this. So I would just keep skating with them. Um, and, and just the competition was like reignited, and the passion for like competition in the game. And another thing, like coming from men's league into that is you got to be careful. Mouth
Yeah.
guards in, heads
Uh-huh.
up. Like
Yeah. Keep
that's
your head up.
yeah, because you develop the habit after so many years. You're just looking down at the puck, street hockey, men's league.
Yeah.
So
Just run
I'm
around.
trying like training myself to keep my head up, looking like an idiot, losing the puck on drills and stuff because I'm looking up for. But it came to me. It came back to me over time.
Yeah.
And again, I feel like I was way more in shape and like stronger than I was back when I played like competitive at 17, 18. So because now at this time I'm like 25. So yeah, pretty big hiatus there. Then I went deployed. Yeah, then we did the summer. I did the winter season where I played with the Mountaineers, which is like the division team, and then skated with the Wolves and as needed came over. Then I got deployed to the Middle East. That was about the timing was like right at the end of the season. It was like 10 months. So I missed really two, right? That whole
Yeah.
next year. So now I'm off the ice again, 2 years, right?
Yeah.
So got orders to Denver, which was an assignment I was really fighting for. So figured it out, got Denver, came out here, was like, and it would be nice if there was something out here. I didn't know anything about the MHL. Played men's league out here again. And then a buddy on my team, Mitch Bailey, who's one of like a pretty stellar player on the Vipers, one of the top in the league. He uh, he saw me play. Like we had some men's league game in overtime where he like gave me a pass where like you couldn't mess it up. You just had to
Yeah.
physically
Can't
exist. Came
can't
off my
miss that
stick.
one.
Yeah, you can't miss it. And afterwards, everyone's hyped up because we just won. He's like, "Hey, like, do you want to play?" I saw he had a Vipers bag. And I was like, "What's that?" He's like, "You want to play?" Like, yeah, sure, man. Let's do it. Because I knew about Vail, the Yeti, so I was trying to
Yeah.
coordinate something there. I reached out, emails, website, like prospective players and stuff, and wasn't getting anything. So he was like, "Hey, you want to come try out?" And I was like, "I've been trying to work Vail," and he was like, "I don't know if I could swear on here," but he was like, "Man, like,
Go for it.
F yeah." I was like, "All right." So
Buck
he's
it.
like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, I'll don't do anything with that." And I was like, "Okay, like I don't know. Apparently there's resentment here. I get it, like whatever." So I went out to the tryout, and because of work too, I only made like there was like 3 skates. I made the last 2 skates, and then they said, "Yeah, you're on the team." I made it cool, and then the season started. But the thing that I didn't realize, you hear it, but you have to really see it is like that the next generation of players, man, they blow us out of the water. Like
Just
they
gets younger
are,
and younger every year.
it's crazy. They're fast as shit, man. They don't. I coach for my son. He's 6, so he plays like 6'7". I saw a 7-year-old Michigan, bro. I can't. I'm 30. I can't miss you. Like that's what I
Yeah,
mean. That's
no.
crazy. I didn't even. You're not even how. You're not even thinking about that as
We're
a
we're, we're not
concept.
Tate Leeson over here who can just do whatever on his stick.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. So the game's getting faster. I'm a bigger guy, and I'm in the army, and they people affiliate army with like brute and fighting, and
Yeah.
I don't think that's necessarily the case, but that's the
No.
perception. So after tryouts, he's like, "Hey, you're on the the coach Battenberg. He's like, you're on the team. Here's your role, right?" And my role was what you'd expect it to be, right? So
Enforcer.
you're gonna be a third liner or a fourth liner,
Yeah.
bouncing back and forth. Um, you need to like protect the guys, keep the energy up, keep the game clean. The talk.
Uh-huh.
I'm modifying the talk for the conversation, but that was the talk. Um, so that's how it started, and so then started playing there, and it was a blast. It's been a blast. And then in January took a hit from the back after the whistle, went down on my knee, tore my PCL and my meniscus.
Ouch.
They're
Ouch.
like, you're out for the season. Well, so I started doing band X. I did it what they said for like 6 weeks. I was like, yeah, I'm going to keep it straight for 6 weeks. They're like, yeah, you're going to start physical therapy at your 6 weeks, go to schedule. And they're like, yeah, we can get you in like 13 weeks. What is that? I'll do my own physical therapy. So I had the boot on and got that off. And I started doing my own physical therapy, started skating, started running. And then I went into the doctor's for like a routine appointment. He's like, "Oh, you're healing good. Just keep doing what you're doing." He's like, "Just don't play hockey." I'm like, "Yeah, okay,
Uh,
definitely not playing hockey."
Definitely not
And
playing
then
hockey.
I came back at like I had a grade 3, and then I tear in the PCL, and I ended up coming back with still a grade 1 about like 8 weeks ago, or 6 weeks ago or so. And so back on playoff push. Here we go, and it
Back
was
to
a
playing hockey.
it's been awesome, man. It's been really good, but it's this league. I don't know how familiar you are with the Mountain Hockey League, but
Just that
this
I
so
just
he's
know that Vale's there, and that's pretty much it.
yeah. So Rick Battenberg, who is a player, he played in college, he played and he played semi-pro. He came in and he was playing for the Vipers. I don't know the exact timeline. I think somewhere around 1920. I'm not sure exact timeline, but he purchased the team and then subsequently purchased the league. And so this guy's a good hockey player, but even more so, he's like committed to the league. He's committed to the sport. And he came in and he's even this season he's been cleaning it up, like making it more professional. Like visors, don't wear cages. You need a cage. You need like some sort of reason why you need a cage. Don't just go
Yeah.
wearing cages. You know what I mean? And then your gloves and your helmets are going to match across the league. We're going to play this playoff format. We're doing NHL rules. Someone would come forth with like, "Hey, this rule proposal is that an NHL rule?" No, no, we're not doing it. So like, he's very he's really big into making it a a professional league, and with that comes fans, and with that comes like the attention, the social media presence. There's some teams in the league who have phenomenal social media. Reno Ice Raiders,
Hmm.
they're going to be in the finals. So Breck play. So we play against Mansfield Barracudas next weekend in Mansfield. Winner of that plays Reno home in Reno for the championship. They're a good team. Even they have like their social media presence and their advertising is it's phenomenal. Man. It's like there's no confusion whether or not that's a pro organization. That is their narrators, everything they do. That's a good team. They're very professional team, like organizational wise, very very professional. So now now we're going to the playoff push, man, and it's awesome. It's a good time.
Yeah. Like how's the fan base and the atmosphere and everything? Because like you have Vale over there, which
Yeah,
they pack that barn. Like the Breck
yeah,
and Vipers games are usually sold out and crazy, like
yeah,
crazy atmosphere. Like what's like the fan atmosphere like, and just like when you go to other places like Reno, like Mansfield, like
yeah.
places like that as well. Because obviously everyone knows hockey and knows Vale, like sees the Vale Yeti social media and the Vipers social media as well.
Yeah, it's a great environment. They really packed the barn. At least in Breckenridge, that team is like it's part of the personality of the town.
Yeah,
They love it. It gets rowdy. I brought my kids to 2 games or 3 games. That's it. Like it gets pretty rowdy in there. The fans they do like analysis before they start chirping. They're like doing research on who's going to be in net. They're there's like a
I've heard
video going
those quite a
viral.
few times.
Yeah, there was like a video going viral. They like looked up the goalie on like all social media platforms, and they're like talking to him about his life, like chirping him through the glass. Like it was getting pretty wild. Yeah, it's a really good environment. The community is really good within the team too. The organization is really like it's really intertwined with the town. Like
Yeah,
they have sponsorships from different like the local photographer. They have the different venues like restaurants, food venues, beer venues. Um, it's really tied in with the community. You have like there's a parade every year that's like for the town. Excuse me. That is Breckenridge. Like the Vipers have a spot in that. They walk before big games and they're handing out tickets and flyers. The sponsors are handing out tickets. It really consumes the environment on game day. Like Breckenridge is a hockey town,
yeah.
and especially so on game day. Um, with Mansfield's win this weekend, like that first round is away, which is probably good for Mansfield just because of how rowdy the environment gets. It's like that pretty much across the league. The exception being because Mansfield's located near Dallas, you have the Dallas Stars. That's the
Yeah.
magnet
You
for
have
the
Dallas
hockey
Stars,
fan.
Texas Stars, Allen Americans, all those teams.
Yeah. So from what I hear, there is a little bit of a struggle there just because of the competition, all those different leagues.
Yeah.
But I haven't played there yet. This is my first time playing there this weekend. But that's what I've heard. But that's a good organization too. We played against them home. There was no away game as well, but that's when I was out injured. We played them home. Good organization, good team. Um, it, but yeah, I hear that's the exception. I think the most wild that I played in was in Santa Rosa, out in California. That was like the Snoopy barn or something. It was like uh, it's designed by the creator of Snoopy with Charles Schultz, and they have that. It's a weird barn, man.
Yeah.
It's a weird color. The boards are low, and it's all glass all the way up the side. They packed the barn. Great. It was. I mean, that was a good environment. It was cool playing.
No.
But
Oh,
I
I
mean,
bet.
imagine if you were them, if you're that team, like playing in that, it's uh it's a wild environment. But yeah, that was a really cool barn to play in. People hate it. I thought it was interesting, definitely unique. I'd probably hate if I had to play there every week, but it was a cool experience. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably pretty cool to play in there, and just like it's probably pretty hot too. Like there's been times like when like I go to like Mississippi and you get those really warm places, like the barns are like 85 degrees with the humidity and everything, and you're like you
Yeah.
just step on the ice for like warm ups and you're already like sweating buckets. I'm sure it's
Mhm.
like that in California and
Yeah.
Santa Rosa
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Yeah. It was. It was definitely like that. Good.
Yeah.
It was a good environment though. I enjoyed it.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, but that's awesome. So now we're in the playoffs, which are sponsored by Blade Tech. I don't know if you do goalies use Blade Tech. Is that a thing?
I
Goalie
think we
Blade Tech
do.
thing?
I think
Yeah,
you have to get it like separately though, but I do think some goalies do use it.
yeah. So they're the ones sponsoring the the playoffs. So we got like Blade Tech blades, dude. Sick. Those are awesome. Like playing on my knee or I'm like healing. There's like flex to the blade almost. See if
Oh,
it doesn't. It feels a lot better. Doesn't hurt too much. But the blade makes your feet. It feels like you're stepping on like a trampoline almost. It's like kind of slingshots your feet a little bit. So if you're not used to moving your feet fast, you try those on. You're gonna go,
yeah,
ass over
you're
tea
just gonna
kettle. But
trampoline.
yeah, yeah, I do like them. But Blade Tech sponsoring the playoffs right now. So Barracuda or Mansfield Barracudas against Breckenridge Vipers, 17th, 18th in Mansfield, and then winner of that go play it against Reno in Reno. The playoff format is it's 2 or 3, but there's only 2 games. So
Yeah.
if it's a tie after that second game, there's another period that gets played,
Oh,
and that is the tiebreaker.
like an
Essentially like an
overtime
overtime.
basically.
Yeah. So you want to win both.
Yeah.
Obviously you want to win both. So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited for it. Mansfield's a good team, and Reno is a good team as well. I mean, there's like the exhibition teams in this league, and then there's like the league teams.
Yeah.
Um, Both are pretty solid. I mean, there's no like league teams that are duds. Every game is going to be a game for sure. Like every game is going to be a game. It's nice when they come here because we had the elevation, so we
Yeah.
got
It's like
the
you get elevation sickness and then you get your advantage because of it.
yeah. So that's nice when they come here, but playoffs aren't here, so we'll see
Yeah.
how we fare without that. But it's definitely a great league. I love playing this league. Um, Rick Battenberg, he's done a phenomenal job in revamping this league to what it is. He's done a great job with the Vipers, and it's just I mean, this league shows, and it's not like a feeder league, right? Like the
No.
Fed to the EC. It's not like everyone who's here is here because they have a passion for it and they have skill and they worked into it and they're just doing it because they love to do it. I mean, it's very remarkable to see it, man. To see the the games, the practices, the work that people put in, and then also like the fights. Um, Being a bigger guy and coming from the army background, it's kind of like expected that if there's something that happens or something dirty or whatever, that I'll be one of the people who will like step up and answer that. And I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
We have some some pretty good, tough guys on the team. Joe Day is a tough dude. Um, Andrew Rody's tough dude as well. Like there's, and even our skill guys can handle themselves, but it's a unique part of this. It's like the game within the game. Like it's nice. It's just a good environment, man. The whole hockey community is awesome.
Yeah.
That's it brings you back to it. It's like half the game, that half the community.
Yeah, like you said, like you've fallen back in love with the game after taking what, like 5, 6 years off or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
you said. And like you played in the Fed and you're now in the Mountain Hockey League, the M-Dub. Like what have you learned about like yourself even playing, getting back into competitive hockey and really finding that love for the game again?
Yeah, man, that's a good question. Like, there's really two about myself. Like, if I want to do something and I can allocate time towards it, and my wife's cool with it, and the kids are cool with it, uh, you can really make yourself do anything.
Yeah,
It's never too late. I'll say never, but it's rarely too late. And the other thing I learned is, especially about the game, is like there's more. Growing up, man, the way I did at least, especially like paying attention to those tiered professional leagues, I always thought there was one way, right? You play juniors, you go to college, and then from there you go to a feeder league, and then you work your way in.
yeah,
Like that is not the case. There is a dozen ways that you can end up playing pro hockey or semi-pro hockey or just competitive hockey, and if you don't get your shot in the way that you think you're going to do it, then it's fine. Like my goal freshman year of high school was, keep playing hockey, crush it in high school, get a full ride to, because you're an ambitious
yeah.
13-year-old,
And then
get
you
a
go
full
right to
ride
the
to
show.
college, college, and then just, show out in college, go pro, and you're it. That's,
Yeah,
and then I had like two goals in high school, my whole career. Like, all right, well, maybe I need a new course of action, but um, yeah, there's always ways to do it, man. It's awesome, but and the community will support you.
yeah,
It's a lot about like you need skill and drive, right? But a good portion of it is just knowing the right people who can like kind of help you in terms of like advising where you can go. Like, hey, this is me. This is how I play. You see me play. I want to keep playing competitively. Like, what do you know? Like, who? Like, in the hey, try this. There's these camps out here. Go and try yourself out here. And then it's good to have that, to have like those contacts that are various different leagues who can at least just kind of tell you about a league that you didn't even know about that can feed you into a more competitive situation where you want to go do it. Because for me, like this is a side thing, right? I'm in the army, active duty, full time. Like this is what I do, and then this is my passion, and this is how I stay young, stay competitive, and keep the dream alive. But there's some folks, like we had some younger kids on this team too, that they're young, they get in here, they want to train at elevation, they play, they crush it, and they're going to go try for a Fed team. And then that's a way that I've seen two players this season go about. They do that first half of the season at elevation, and then they'll go and try to like at I don't know, like Biloxi or Watertown or Topeka or whatever, and they'll go give it their shot with, hey, now I have a little bit of a pro stat book you can look
yeah,
at into elevation, so I'm not so out of it, and then they go take off. So there's just a million ways, man. If you're not getting picked up out of high school, that's fine.
yeah.
That's completely fine. That's most people. But I love it. Love the league. Love the community. Love the sport. And I'm excited for the playoffs. So we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, like that's the thing that like I've learned too, and like we have very similar paths, not the traditional path, and
Yeah.
there's no one way path to do it. And like you said, like I was a forward from 3 years old until I was 18. Like sure, in the summers, like I love to go out and play forward and snipe a few goals, get away from the pads for a
Yeah.
little bit, but like, and then I from like 18, like I just did like stick and pucks and just men's league, and then I tried out like after like throughout college, like I went to like Fed free agent camps, tried out there,
Yeah.
got closer and closer every year, and then came my shot when I made the team for the year in Watertown
Mhm.
in 23, 24, like when you played a few games there with us, and then it went from there, like started training with like guys over the summer that play in like higher leagues just to get that practice, that
Yeah.
confidence and drive that passion. And if you can hang, like it drives your passion even more because you're like,
Yeah.
oh, if I'm making these stops on these guys, like there's no like I can chase even a higher league if I really tried, and like it drives that motivation and that drive every single day. And when
Yeah.
played in Watertown, I was in Mississippi, I was in Baton Rouge, played with Danville last year, and like been in the MIHL and the APHL as well. Like it's just another part of the journey. You just gotta really fully embrace it, fall in love with the game and the process, and just keep going from there. And like you said, like the love and the passion of the game comes from just being competitive and just chasing the dream for as long as you can.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I don't know about you, but for me, I feel like I play at or around the skill level of who I'm on the ice with. And so when you're skating like some like sort of men's league type deal where people aren't in like position, obviously, right? Sticks in the air,
Yeah,
gliding, you get bad habits and it's like
men's league's
hard to
hard.
it's harder. Like you can't read where people are going to be because you think someone's going to be here and he's picking his nose in the corner and you're just throwing your ice in the puck. So like it's getting on the ice like that's a great example like that summer where you got to skate like after Watertown where you were skating with like those high level players. That builds you like a
Yeah,
lot because you can read like how does a hockey player, like not a dude who plays hockey, but a
yeah,
hockey player,
an actual hockey
how
player.
does this person react? Yeah, where are they at? How are they? The face-offs. That's a huge thing. The face-offs. It's a huge part of the game, man. And you don't even think about that.
No,
And I didn't think about it. Even in high school, like a little bit, but like at the pro level, that's a huge part of the game. That's where am I? Where are you going? Because I'm defense on like on my EP. I think I'm defense, but I've been playing. I played forward like all but one game this year. I've been so like you can kind of move around, but um, it's
gotta be
like
mobile,
yeah, you just learn.
adaptable.
Yeah, yeah, it's a pocket knife. So you just got to like learn, or it's just easier to learn and to read how people
Yeah,
react. How something as simple as how someone holds their stick walking up to the face-off. Where are they trying to go? How do I counter it? Are they better at me in the face-off? So I'm just going to go for a tie-up. Like all these little things that you don't even in men's league you can't even really get a pulse on them. But when you go and you get to skate with these high level guys, when you're skating with Leeson and Lord and Schmitty and you're really seeing like a whole different side
yeah,
of the sport, and I think it makes it easier. And then you play at that level. You're stepping up to that level. You have people to follow. You visualize where the play is going to be. It's more of a mental game too than just reactive. Like where's the puck going to go? I'm going to go chase the puck. Like you actually set up plays, and it's yeah play. I don't think there's anything as valuable is getting on the ice with those high player guys, those high level guys. Like to me, and this is just my opinion, like 5 hours on the ice by yourself, running drills, training, shooting, is equivalent to 30 minutes on the ice with those high level guys.
yeah.
Just how that puck's moved and how you can like read them and learn from them. It's awesome. The community is just it's just a great community, and they love it. I mean, they
Yeah.
love it. Like Leeson, I had no business, especially in 2023. I had no business being on the ice with Tate Leeson. You know what I mean? But I was there and he embraced, I was there and he helped me in drills and he like pumped me up, motivated me. I'd
Yeah.
miss a pass or something. He'd be like, yeah, you've been out there 6 years. It's fine. And then he would
Yeah.
like, we go at it again. So he's just him and not and everyone in that organization, just a great group of guys come here. Same thing. Like, hey, I've been off the ice because I just came from the Middle East. I've been off the ice 2 years. Like, yeah, you're fine. You'll get it. And they're like, we skate with them, work with them. As long as you keep trying and you like
Show that passion
to the
for getting
organization.
better.
Yeah, yeah. You don't walk in like I'm better than you and I should be, or you
Yeah.
walk in like I want to learn from these guys and how can I do so? And they'll accept you, man. Hockey community is a great community.
Yeah.
Um, it's not just Watertown or just Breck. It's the whole community. We will suit up and they will rip your head off on the ice. You touch that tendy, you're done. Right? You hit that guy in the numbers, you're done. That game is over, and it's all about like, that relationship's there. You go, you'll go shoot the shit with them, have a drink with them or whatever,
Yeah.
and talk about that community and how you can receive from it and give back to it.
It's the
Because
best community.
it is, dude. It is. It really is. I mean,
So
I
small, like people, like people I know people and like
yeah.
just going throughout the Fed and everything. Like I was just talking to like someone else earlier, and like I played, and like he plays in the Fed right now, and like
Mhm.
he's working at like the same company that my captain my first year in the MIHL. he's working for him. So it's like it's such a small world, and
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
everyone knows someone. So you just gotta it's a good world to be in. You just at the end of the day, like we all just play the game hard, no matter what happens on the ice. Like you just come
Yeah.
and shoot the shit on in the
Yep.
locker room or
Absolutely.
wherever or like at the apartments after the game, whatever that case may be. Like you're just shooting the shit with them after.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like Bo Boatwright, he's a player out of Pueblo. He plays in the MHL. Great player out of Colorado. Um, he's an enforcer type player, protect the goalie, clear the crease type guy, bigger dude. He like has been on various teams in the MHL. Me and him, we had about like a center ice bout, well, like a month or so ago, and like beat the piss out of each other. He was leaking from his nose. I had a freaking black eye. Couldn't even open it. I taped my eye open for the rest of the
I think
game.
you post on your story or something about that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
immediately after that, we go off the ice because it was like 2 minutes or so left in the period. We're shooting the shit in the locker room, man. Like looking at that, he gave me Advil. Like I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's it's all about like it's the game is the game and it's on the ice, right? And
Yeah.
so like as soon as that ends, there like no one wants anyone to fail, right? Like he's punching me in the eye. He doesn't want me to go blind. I'm punching him in the nose. I'm not trying to break his
Shatter his
face.
nose in three pieces.
Yeah, it's just it's the way it is, and that's and anyone could talk about it. Um, the game within the game. I don't know. There's been some increase in goalie fights this year. Are we gonna see you next season? Are you gonna go drop them?
You definitely can. That's one of my goals is to get in a goalie fight.
Yeah,
I had something set up this season if like the time allowed for it, but
yeah.
we
You,
ended
you gotta
up
find
we were only down by one, so we I there's no point.
you gotta find someone who's willing to go, and you don't want to take yourself out of the game.
No.
So you gotta find someone who's in your,
Like
your.
I kind of had an opportunity in like when we played Thousand Islands because like he one of their one of their players jumped our guys, our defenseman,
Yeah,
and I didn't have a backup. So
yeah. See, that's
like I that was an opportunity where I could have because it's already
yeah,
8-3 at that point. But like I didn't have a backup and I don't know what would have happened if I went into the fight because I'd be
yeah,
third man in because he just jumped our guy.
yeah.
So I
I
don't
mean,
know what would happen there and I don't want to be like us to
yeah,
lose
no,
9-8 because we have an empty net.
yeah, like there's definitely like
It's time and
the art
situation.
to it. Yeah, the situation like I'll fight, whatever. But like there's sometimes I won't. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you know who James Brooks is?
Yeah.
Great dude.
I play in a charity like the charity senior team in Chicago
Yeah.
right before
Oh
I
yeah.
went to the Fed this year
Yeah. Like
with him.
he can bang.
Yeah.
Like that is someone you don't fight him unless you like are an experienced fighter or
Yeah.
like you are forced to, right? Like he's a phenomenal fighter, man. And he's like he's the most humble guy too.
He's a
He puts
beauty too.
on
He's a good guy off
yeah,
the
great
ice.
guy, but on the ice he does, he sells tickets, right? He sells the
Yeah.
game, he gets the energy up, he backs up his guys. But he's not someone you're gonna go like there was an opportunity for
And
me
he's
to
not
go
someone to
though.
be like, all right, you want to go? No,
Yeah,
absolutely not.
no, dude, like, there was an opportunity for me to go with him. Like he was like, "Hey, do you want to go get going?" We were up by like 3 or 4 goals in the third, and I was like, "No," because in the off, like if I get my ass beat right now, and the momentum swings, like this was
That's
for
on
secure
you.
playoff. Like this is like I am guilty as you could possibly be. Like so, and he knows that, right? He's trying to get the momentum. He's a smart guy. He's been playing for a long time. He's been fighting. I have a lot of respect for him. He reminds me of Schmitty. I think he was on a podcast with Schmitty a couple of years back where like they're great guys. They'll go with anyone and they can go. And it's just uh they know the right time and the right way to do it to get momentum on their side.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's the way you're going to fight it. There's a dirty hit or whatever. Someone hits your goalie, someone hits from behind, and the refs don't call it. You got to keep it clean. You got to police it, right? But like, there's also different times, momentum swings, and it's like it's an art. And I think Schmitty and Brooks have both like mastered that art, and they also won't back down from anyone. Like they'd fight a fucking train. Like they don't care. You know what I mean? So Those
Yeah,
are some
and
good
they're
dudes.
both beauties off the ice. Like
Yeah,
they'll like you said, like go toe to toe with each other, beat the piss out of each other, and then go have a beer or like just go shoot the shit in the locker room after, and like nothing happened.
yeah,
Like you just leave it all on the ice, and then anything that happens on the ice, you just leave it, and then you just shoot the shit with the boys off the ice.
yeah. I have a lot of respect for those guys, man.
Yeah,
Like it's it's almost more. I guess it's on your opinion, but it's almost more like uh respectable, right? Like you're not just putting the puck in the net. You are putting your knuckles face on his nose on the
yeah,
line
putting everything on the line.
for your yeah. And it's it's just a, it's remarkable, man, especially at this level. Now, right, you get it in the Fed, you get it in the ECHL where you're feeding, right? That's a feeder league, and you're like trying
Yeah,
to get that competition. But to see people do it in like this in this level where it's very seldom where someone's going up, and if they are, they're 19. You know what I mean?
yeah,
18, 19, 20. Um, that's like you're doing it for the boys. Like you're doing it for your organization. You're doing it for the game and the passion for it. There's no other reason. You know what I mean? They're not getting anything out of it. Yeah. So it's awesome. I have a lot of respect for those dudes. But yeah, yeah,
yeah.
great environment, man.
Yeah. Gotta love it. Gotta love the good times and all the memories that come out of it. Is like talking about memories, like would have been some of like good memories this year with the Vipers and like you guys are going on a playoff run right now. So that's also a good memory. But like what are some good moments and good experiences that you've had this year in Breck?
Oh, man, I can't limit that to just one. Like there's so many. I love every moment when I'm on the ice with these guys. Like it is a great organization. They look out for each other. I think my personal, and this is just me being selfish, right? Because I got a milestone. I've never had a Gordie Howe hat trick before. So got an assist, got a fight. We're going
There you
into the
go.
third. My eyes swollen shut. I tape my eye open. Like the trainer's like, no, you can't. I put it on my eyelashes, like taped up, put a piece of tape across my forehead so I could see. And I was like, I want to get a Gordie Howe hat trick. Like I want it. And like the boys were feeding me. You know what I mean? Like, and I finally got one. And like, you know, I didn't even, you know, like you celebrate at the end or whatever. I didn't. I was just like, thanks for that, man. Like, like he
It's
totally had a
expected.
shot. Appreciate it. Like that
Yeah.
was awesome. It's just
I mean, if the boys are feeding you all night after that, like you gotta
yeah.
bury at least one.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, exactly. Like I have never gotten one before. Like, oh, let's do it. What do you need? A goal. Let's get you a goal. You know? And so it was the most selfless play. That like last 8 minutes was the most selfless hockey I've ever experienced. There's like feed me over, pick a shot and feed me. Have a wide open shot, feed me. Like so, I mean, it's a great group of guys on
Backdoors
that team.
happen, pass it right
Yeah,
over to you.
it was a back door. Guy had a wide shot, like completely had a shot open, and like moved to the side and moved it across to me. All I had to do was exist. Like you really, you
Yeah.
know, one of those goals where if you're just a human person, like you can't miss.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have a stick lying on the ice, empty. They're just gonna go in. So it was awesome. That was a really good experience for me because it was a milestone. That's a little selfish of an answer. Um, I don't know if I can limit it to one. It's just awesome, man. And another thing with the practice environment. So you got Breckenridge, and then you got an hour and a half, and you got Denver. So half the team is from Breck, half the team is from Denver, or like one of those municipalities around there. So there's a rink up there that half practices on. There's a rink down here in Denver, and they have practices early in the morning on like Tuesdays, Thursdays, and people work. You'll have like an accountant, you'll have a military officer, you'll have a like you know whatever. All these people will go to practice, change shower, and then go to work. Like they're people. They're committed. They're committed to this league. It's awesome. It's you know
Yeah. That's what
where
drives
they
the
get,
league too, to be better and more professionals when you have guys that are
yeah
committed and owners and management and everyone and like everyone else that's league management. Like if you're committed to it, like you're gonna create a good product.
yeah like and on that like the league's not even just the league. The sport's growing in the U.S.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because Shorzy. I don't know what it is, but that league's growing. I mean, what you said, you got APHL teams going to the MIL. You got more APHL teams starting. Like Oswego is standing up
Yeah.
a team
I
next
saw
year.
that.
Yep, you got the MHL. I think we have 3 or 4 expansion teams coming up in the next year. They're all working on it. That's a Ricky Battenberg question. I'm sure you could talk to forever, but that league is this league's growing. The Fed has an expansion team coming in
Yeah.
this year or next year. Like the sport's growing. 4 teams, more rosters. It's like I don't know. I feel like I'm living in Shorzy right now instead of being a
A
ref.
no
I'm
show.
wearing the camo, but like it's just an awesome experience, man. And
Yeah.
I love the way it's growing. And I love seeing that it's not just me. Like there's dudes who are passionate in their like that were passionate about the sport that I played with in Virginia, because that's the beauty of being in the Army. I move around 1, 2 years. I'll join a men's league team, meet a group of guys, and
Yeah.
then I'm starting to see them, foot in the door, and they're starting to crawl up, and it's awesome. Like Max Mosier is a guy I used to play with in a men's league in Rich or near Richmond. He is the same way, like foot in the door, and he's got contacts, and it's the team's just the sport's just blowing up, man. Like
Yeah.
across the U.S. I think it's Shorzy. I think we I think we have to credit Shorzy with it. But no, it's awesome, man.
Yeah, you gotta love how it's growing and everything like that, and just the sport's growing. It's getting faster every year, more skilled. But like you said, you've been you're in the army. Like when you're not skating on the ice, like what's that experience been like, and just being stationed in all these different places and just being able to, like you said, join different teams and see
yeah,
different guys just go up as you
yeah,
move around.
yeah. I love it. I don't know if my kids do, but at this age,
Yeah,
maybe they'll appreciate it later. They're 6 and 4 right now, but no, I do like a big benefit of the Army for me is if I go somewhere, you get stationed somewhere, you do 1, 2, 3 years max as an officer, and then you get your next job. You get to see the environment, see different parts of the world, meet different people, and then if you hate it, you just got to hang in there. You're gonna get moved. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So like, there's a million different paths in the Army, and different duty stations. There's a conventional Army. There's different types of organizations within the Army, different
yeah,
opportunities, broadening assignments. So I was under the impression, another misconception that I had when I was younger is when I joined the Army, like that was it. Your whole life is only that. There's no other paths, and you just follow the conventional path. There's various paths for career growth. Right now, I'm still in a job in Denver where I work in like natural disaster response and homeland defense, and it's like a whole different environment than my last job where I was in command, going to the Middle East and whatever I was doing. So like it's a whole different world, whole different job, whole different area. I'm not getting right now on this job. I'm not getting deployed for 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 months away from my family, so that's really nice. But also, when I was in Watertown, I was at Fort Drum. When the opportunity arose to go like screw around with the Fed, right? My boss was all about it. I was like, hey, I want to try this. You got to get approval for this stuff. Like, hey,
yeah,
can I, can I go do this? And he's like, yeah, one of the games, and he was like, yeah, let's do it. And then they would bring soldiers to the, I don't know if
yeah,
you remember that. Were you at the military
yeah.
appreciation game, dude?
That
I
was a
think we were
rowdy
dressed,
game.
right? Yeah, but like between the periods, we did like
Yeah,
re-enlistments and awards and stuff like that. I had my soldiers come out
yeah,
they were all into it. So the Army will let you like do what you want so long as it's something that progresses you as a person,
yeah,
well-rounded person, right? So yeah, you can't street fight and smoke weed, right? Okay, cool. But you can go press for a parallel, hey, I'm gonna on the side, I'm gonna go play a professional sport. Like, cool, you're gonna be in better shape.
yeah.
Sick. All right, cool.
It's always
Yeah,
benefits to that.
yeah, and experiences may vary. There's another guy on the team, Mike Fisk. Great, he's a really good player. He's a solid player. He's in a major in the Space Force. He's got to wear a cage, right? That's his. You can do it. You got to wear a cage. That's his
Yeah,
rule. So he wears like a bubble. But um, yeah, it's the Army. The Army doesn't care if you come to work with a black eye. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's just my current situation, but it looks cool. Looks badass. But maybe the Space Force isn't about that. But yeah, dude, the Army's giving me a lot of opportunities, not just through the profession, but also just being moved in different situations and being able to capitalize on opportunities that are in the area that I
yeah,
happen to be getting stationed in. Like for example, here Breckenridge, I didn't seek out the Vipers. I came here to get a job where I wasn't getting deployed constantly, so I could get a little break and with the kiddos. And then, they found me.
yeah,
Mitch Bailey found me and like brought me in, and he's been a mentor of mine. Derek Scanlon's been a mentor of mine. Rick Battenberg, Rick Battenberg Jr. So they've been really like helping me get affiliated with the organization, and even besides like actual hockey, any of these guys here will give you the shirt off their back. You got people who you'll have I don't know, rate some sort of housing falls through, a relationship falls through with somebody, they need a place to stay. Boom, they're moving in the next day. They're moved in with a player, and that's It's a good environment. They really take care of each other here, and that's just that's the whole hockey world.
Yeah. It's good life experiences, and you learn a lot, and it's good to see that like you can still pursue everything that you want, even through
Yeah.
like the army, through professional
Mhm.
hockey, like stuff like that. Like there's nothing that beats it.
So the hockey is the reason I joined the army. So when I played like travel in when I was like 12 or 13, I was made the captain of our travel team, and I loved it. Like rallying guys towards a mutual goal, right? Whatever that be, beat this game, win this tournament, whatever it is. And then when the season ended, I was like, I want to do that forever. I want to be a captain of a small team and motivate people towards a common goal. And that's like what kind of got me first looking at the military
Yeah.
and the traits. I got leadership traits at 12 and 13 that I've used, like exactly the same mechanisms and leadership philosophy that I've used in the military. And now I'm a captain in a little in the organization, leading a small team towards a common goal. So it's the same thing, just different. You're not on ice. Instead of skates, you got boots on. It's the same thing. Just that's a huge trait I got from the army. And I reckon that even during that 5 year gap where I wasn't playing anymore, I would still accredit it. Like I got my leadership attributes, the foundation of them from playing travel hockey with the Onondaga Thunder in Syracuse, New York, 10 years ago, right? So it gives you a lot of the game. Just gives you a lot of leadership. That's why I make my son do it, right? Just get a little toughness, a little leadership in him, maybe.
Yeah.
So I don't punch it down his throat. I don't make him do year-round clinics and stuff. I'm not one of those parents, but I definitely make him do it, right? Some sort
Yeah.
of team. But
Yeah.
yeah, the community is great, even at 6. Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge just to have all of those experiences, leadership experiences with it. And like
Mhm.
it creates like it creates like a healthy lifestyle too. And like
Yeah.
that's what you need, especially when you're working, like you have a hobby to go to, and you
Yeah.
have and
Absolutely. Yeah.
everything gets hard, like you have something back to fall onto and
Yep.
really like bring you back into the present.
And you have like a family outside your family
Yeah.
and also outside your work, right? It's like a whole different organization. The community is just awesome. I can't say enough about the hockey community. One thing I did want to mention while we're talking about the community is um, in Syracuse, New York. That's where I'm from. There was an officer, Officer Michael Jensen. He was a police officer for Syracuse PD, and he was killed in the line of duty a few years back. And the Syracuse hosts the AHL team, Syracuse Crunch.
Yeah.
So the Syracuse Crunch, in conjunction with the Syracuse Fire Department and Syracuse Police Department, they do this tournament. They just had this Saturday. They had their second one, and it's a memorial game for Officer Jensen. And what they do here is it's the firemen against the police. They do it before a Crunch game, and it's a huge event in the community, a huge event in Syracuse. The Crunch buy into it, the organization buys into it, and then all the money earned from that goes to a organization to be selected by the winning team.
Yeah.
So if who was it that what did the police? So the police had Law Enforcement United was their organization that it would go to if they win this year, and then the fire department has their organization. But it's just a great example. Like the sport is more than just a sport; it's a community. They rally through hard times, and it's just it's a community like no other. And
Yeah.
it's about
Can't
as
beat it.
similar to the military community as you can get without not being in the military. Is the hockey community? Everyone helps each other
Yeah.
out. Yeah, no one wants anyone to fail. They'll rip your helmet off, beat the shit out of you on the ice, and then help you align yourself and train yourself and get in a good environment in the off season. So it's just it's something like no other, man.
Yeah. Community driven, and like it's
Yeah,
all about community, which is huge because like it really does help fund what you're doing at the end of the day when you're playing on the ice.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely, man. Like that's the whole reason that my career exists today is because the community from Penner getting me into the celebrity contract for the military game to Schmitty and
Yeah.
Leeson and Lord having like keeping me in the loop, keeping me
Yeah.
in the environment. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
That's awesome to hear. And like before we wrap this episode up, like what's like your goals like coming up, like even with like hockey going, like still being like in the army, like what's your goals there, and just like some of your goals in hockey and like in the army and in life as well?
Yeah. So for hockey, obviously, like short term goals, win this cup.
Yeah,
Um, the clear cup, win this in 2 weeks. That's a short term goal. Um, More long term goal in terms of hockey is I'll keep playing for Breckenridge so long that I'm stationed in Denver, which the 2 to 3 years I'll keep doing this.
maybe I'll
Um,
come up next year for a celebrity contract.
yeah, maybe bring me in. I'll never say no to ice time. Even when I'm injured, I'm out there limping on the sit on the bench.
Exactly.
In. Yeah, so um, more of a long term goal while I'm here, while I'm playing with Breck, is to like fill my role. You got more skill guys coming up, and doing your role as somebody who protects those skill guys and helps control like the policing of the game is something I want to step into more. Having like using contact in the environment and you're dropping the gloves as needed to protect those guys
Yeah.
where they feel comfortable on the ice, where they feel like they have that extra second to make a play because they're not going to get a cross check in the back of the neck. Like being able to foster that environment on the ice would be a huge help to those younger guys, some of which are actually trying to step stone into like the Fed. Um, so my personal like longer term goal in hockey is to do that, is to make everyone else more comfortable on the ice, feel like they have more time by settling in my role in whatever capacity the team needs. So
Yeah.
um, that's
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 awesome.
that's what I'm going for. And then for like life goal, coming out of here, I'm trying right now to get a fellowship, the Omar Bradley Fellowship, where I'd work ideally the Joint Chief of Staff and get my master's degree at Georgetown University, or yeah, George Washington University, as I was. So that's my longer term goal in militarily, and then keeping my son in the game at the same time.
Yeah.
So I think as I get older, I think that MHL is going to be the end of it for me.
Yeah.
I'll go here as long
Hey,
as I can.
you're still playing competitively, so at
Yeah,
the semi-pro level, it's still something to be proud of.
yeah, I love it, man. I'll do this until I move, and then after that, I think I'm gonna, in terms of hockey, once I leave here, I'll transition to coaching and helping that
Yeah.
next generation get up, because that generation is, man, there are some good hockey players coming up. They're like a 10-year-old today would blow a 15-year-old me out of the water. You know what I mean? It's just these guys have, the game is getting faster, they got more skill, and so I want to help that next generation get into it. Um, but also American hockey. We can't lose our roots, right?
Yeah.
We're not always the skill finesse type guy. Look at, we could talk. This is a whole nother podcast we could talk about here about USA hockey and the grit that USA hockey brings. But being able to feed into that next generation as a coach is something I want to continue to do. And again, my son's 6, so right now it's basic fundamentals and just like
Yeah.
teamwork. But as you go up and helping these individual players learn what they need to learn to be able to go at the next level, and then keep going up and up and up, and keeping American hockey on the map as a powerhouse. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
there you go. That's awesome to hear, and like just all the goals you have. Like I'm super excited to see you chase all those goals and go for it. And like it was great catching up with you as well. So I want to say thank you again for coming on the episode on the podcast, and I appreciate your time. And I want to wish you the best of luck with hopefully getting that championship in the next couple of weeks and for Breck.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. You gotta keep tabs, keep in contact with me. I want to know what's up next for you.
Oh yeah, I definitely will. That's for sure.